Hey guys, so last week we talked about Paul being shipwrecked, and this week we get to talk about heaven and how wonderful heaven is and how we're going to make it a party theme. And so your first activity today, as kids arrive, you greet them by name, maybe take offering. And then what you're going to do is we're going to play ring toss, because who doesn't love ring toss? And so you'll set out your ring toss. You'll either have plastic rings or possibly paper plates cut out to be rings. And so you're going to have the kids take turns throwing 3 rings at a time, being super encouraging if they make it, or even if they don't make it, that they gave it a good try. And you'll just have a line going. If you have a lot of kids, you can split them up into 2 groups, just kind of judging how it goes. And then we'll talk about in our Bible story today how Jesus is preparing a special place for us. That will be like the best party ever. And then we're going to be talking about, because we're talking about a party, we have to talk about the forever party. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do an activity that talks about forever. And so you're going to have different toys, like sets of blocks or cars or food or whatever you have, and you'll have different categories. So what you'll ask the kids to do is, if you have blocks, you're going to ask them to make one big line of blocks, and you're like, wow, that line is forever long. Can we make it even longer? And so then you'll give them, the cars, and then they'll line up the cars. Wow, that line is forever long, and so on and so forth, until you get everything in a line, and you talk about how Jesus wants to be with us forever and to be our forever friend. And then before we go into the Bible story, we're going to get ready for our party celebration. So you'll have party plates and party hats and party cups, and you get to set a place for each kid, and they get to wear their party hats. We suggest that as you transition into worship in the Bible story, you sing, "If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands." And then go through the motions of that song before you go into worship and the story of the day. Once you get done with your story, we're going to make a party banner. So each kid will get a party banner. They're going to be able to decorate their party banner with markers, crayons, all the things, and then you'll string them together. So you'll need to work with you and your volunteer on that one. And then we're also going to encourage... Oh, your banner has the words of the memory verse on it. And so you'll go through the memory verse of walk in love, just as Christ loved us, Ephesians 5:2. And then what you're going to do after you make your party banner is you're going to have a basket, and this basket is going to be full of items, and you're going to have a thumbs up picture and a thumbs down picture. You're going to invite the kids to sit around you and gather around you, and you're going to go through these items in the basket. And you're going to talk about what items are going to be in heaven and what items will not be in heaven. And so encourage the kids as you pull out an item. They will give you a thumbs up if it's going to be in heaven, and they'll give you a thumbs down if it's not. And then you just place the item on the side. So if you put your thumbs down on this side, you'll put it on this side, and your thumbs down on that side, and so forth. And so you'll have things like a picture of Jesus. Of course, that's a thumbs up. And then like a bandage. And of course, that's a thumbs down. We're not going to need band-aids in heaven anymore. And there's a cheat sheet down at the bottom of the page that helps you guide you a little bit on the thumbs up and the thumbs down. So that'll be a really fun activity, and it lets us talk about heaven in a positive way and just giving them an idea of what that is going to look like. And then we're going to do a dancing game. So what you're going to have is you're going to have a happy face, and you're going to put that on one wall, and you're going to have the kids just run around and dance and party. And then when you blow a horn or make that horn sound, so they're going to pause, and they're going to run a happy face, and they're going to say, and you're going to ask, who wants to be your friend forever? And they'll yell, Jesus wants to be my friend forever. And so you'll play that game and get the wiggles out and remind them how much Jesus really does want to be their friends forever. And then you get to decorate a party hat. So as you review the Bible story with them and heaven with them and what we're talking about today, they get to decorate their very own party hat to take home with them. And then you have your journal and prayer time. And so just remembering to be intentional with that in talking about the memory verse and all the good things. Thank you guys so much for serving. We absolutely love you. I really appreciate you giving up this time. I know how consuming it can be, and these kids adore you, and especially with Kinder-1st, it really helps that you are here every week and that they just feel so comfortable with you. So thank you so much for being awesome. We love you. We're praying for you. Let us know if you ever need anything.